packing up and sending the competition home, much like these teams on Wild Card Weekend. It is the Flex Zone. We're back again for another marvelous Monday here in Baltimore and beyond, virtually and social distance. The only place fellas giving you your sports how you want it.
When you
When you
need it.
need it.
We're back again here in January as we're starting 2022 off the best way with the head of the sports podcast table. Remember, we the ones. Acknowledge us, baby. Make sure you follow us at the Flex Zone One on Facebook, on the Twitter, on Instagram, and the Flex Zone Podcast on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for all notifications. This show is going to be another fun one. We're talking about the NFL coaching vacancies as two more jobs opened up. We're talking about the Lakers. Klay Thompson's back. Kyrie playing part time. D Wade, and of course we're talking those NFL wild card and divisional round preview. And of course we get goofy with Crevonte. If you want to be part of the show, the flexzone1 at gmail.com, ideas, all that good stuff. Shout out to the Flex Zone family tuning in. But you know I can't do the show alone. Down below, it's the man keeping us at number one. Uncle Raj, what's good, brother?
What's going on, everybody? Back in the building. Ready to do the show and keep it moving.
You
Mr.
see the
Hector.
brother. What's up, Juan? You
Hey,
see
what's
the
going
brother
on,
with his
Hector?
fist up. He's the
What's
voice
up,
of
man?
reason, captain of the goofy ship, and counting down the days till the WFT have a name. He's going to sprinkle a little bit of money on it. It's Crevonte, baby. Is the pockets a little heavier this week?
Hey man, listen. Um, I I started off good and then it kind of deviated off. I still was in the positives, but it wasn't as much as it could have been. Um, but this I did pretty well for wild card weekend. I knew I was reaching with this game just because I'm a I'm a Cardinals fan, low key. But yeah, man, Monday nights, I'm ready. Let's get it going. Y'all know what it is. I love this time. This time during the week, Mondays aren't great for everybody, but it's great for us. And I just see that Odell Beckham threw a 40-yard pass. Wow. What else is going? What else is new?
Well, this next man, he keeps it new, he keeps it fresh, but he's the same DRE, much like repping that hat he got on. It's the head of the Flex Zone table, the Flex Zone Messiah, the man who celebrated Founders Day not too long ago, and Shimmy's better than Steph Curry, the man more phenomenal than AJ Styles. He's an A-lister more than the mids, and he tells them take a ride on Space Mountain, the pride of the East Side. Save your misbehavior. Let Andre Melton start your day with a cup of Dre. What's up, brother?
What's going on? I appreciate you for that wonderful introduction as always. Man, better than Paul Heyman out there. America, you
What's
already know
going
what
on,
it is.
Tyler?
Hey, Tyler,
My
what's up?
man. Oh, that's my man Chance. Chance, what's up, baby?
What's going on, brother?
The new HBK. Okay, go ahead.
Actually, Tyler, that is Adam Cole, baby. Just saying.
What is it, AJ Styles?
This is Adam Cole.
Anyway,
But you ready to rock and roll, fellas?
But I'm ready.
Oh
We
yeah.
ready, man.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I didn't tell people to subscribe to the Flex Zone podcast on YouTube. Please check us out on YouTube. We got a lot of things coming up. Crevonte did his Goofies of the Year. Um, we're gonna have some more content coming up as well. And we got something special for Kobe next week. So yeah, continue to stay tuned for that.
Yes, this is episode 327. We're running on, not on fumes, but we got 100 miles and running. What's going on, Lamar? What's going on, Miss Curlin? And it is MLK Day. Let's once again celebrate the life of Dr. MLK. Give it up for him one more time for his contributions. And glad that we celebrate him yet again. This year and every year would have been 93 years old if he was still
Mhm.
alive. But big shout out to him and all that he's done that we still feel to this day. But let's get to it. Let's talk with a little NFL coaching vacancies. After last week's show, two more openings appeared. The Giants finally got rid of Joe Judge. He gone. He celebrated with pizza and beer and chicken wings. And David Culley, the coach in Houston, gone after 1 year, and the team actually played hard. They just sucked. Raj, what do you think about these vacancies along with the others? They've got the Bears. You have, sheesh, I'm just rambling, but the Jaguars, Texans now, Giants, Raiders. Who do you think? The Broncos, now Miami, the Dolphins. Who do you think goes where? Some of these teams need GMs as well as coaches also.
I just want to say this: David Culley getting fired was terrible. We pretty much knew what was going to happen when he got hired with the Texans. We knew he was a lame duck coach, and we knew we probably had no chance of probably getting a second year or third year because that team was going to be terrible. We knew that Deshaun Watson was not going to be able to play for the team because he wanted out, and of course that terrible case that he has against him. So yeah, David Culley being fired is not a surprise at all. We kind of figured that was going to come. Brian Flores, he has a plethora of options to choose from when he gets interviewed. I mean, could he be a Chicago Bears coach? Sure. I mean, could he be a Houston Texans coach? Sure. I mean, he has
Wow.
I'm just saying he has plenty of options, man. He has plenty of options. Depends on what
You
the
ain't got to
money
see
is
that one,
too.
player.
The,
You
the
ain't got
money
to see
might
that.
be real good, but yeah, these coaching vacancies, man. We only got one black, head black coach right now, and right now he's home, but we'll get to that a little bit later, but yeah, man,
Man,
it's a lot of things going on in the NFL. Mike Mayock just got fired today by the Raiders, the GM. So
Good.
they're going to have a head coaching spot and a GM spot for the Raiders coming up. So hopefully these head coaching spots have some and some black people that get that needs these jobs. Hopefully we have more than just one black head coach. Hopefully Brian Flores gets hired. Eric Bieniemy gets hired. Maybe David Culley gets another chance somewhere else. I mean, I thought David Culley was all right, man. I mean, for what he did for that
I
team,
thought he would at least make it one more year.
He
yeah,
should have.
but
He should have.
for what he did with that team, I thought he was
Yeah,
but
okay.
guys,
they
listen.
play
Look
hard.
at the organization. Look at the organization.
Yeah. The
That's
organization
what
is
they
trash.
do.
You're right. The organization is trash, but I just want to see some more of our people, get some more of these jobs because right now it's 2022. We can't have just one black head coach. That doesn't make any sense.
I agree.
Crevonte, your thoughts? You want any of these jobs? You want to put your name in the hat?
Um, Not for the Houston or the Miami job. There's just I've been talking pretty much over this weekend with a couple of my guys. Um, all head coaching jobs aren't created equally. There's a lot of things you got to consider in being a head coach. The organization, the front office, ownership, the roster as a whole, and the quarterback position. You take all those things into account. There are some jobs that shouldn't get filled. And yeah, absolutely.
What's
He's the
up, Nick?
top
Man,
head
Nick,
coach.
appreciate
He's
you.
the top
Nick, who do
candidate
you want
right
for the Bears? Who do you want for the Bears, Nick? Let us know in the comments.
now. But some guys deserve to get fired. Most of them didn't. Well, no, most of them did. A couple of them didn't. But these are things you got to look at, man. There's no way if I'm a legit head coaching candidate that I would go to Houston, Miami, or Jacksonville. Actually, is a little intriguing now. Is a little intriguing now. But I think Brian Flores will get picked up sooner rather than later. I don't know if you guys have heard, but both coordinators for the Dallas Cowboys are about to get interviews and probably get jobs, which means Mike McCarthy will get more exposed than he already has. But Joe Judge was there way too long. Gettleman was there too long. Um, yeah. That was the goofy. That was one of the goofier ones. Shouldn't have got hired in the first place.
Dre,
Um,
say what's up to Daryl.
my man Daryl, what's going on, man? I
Girl.
agree. I do agree. Y'all already know how I feel about Brian Flores. Um, I don't know which one of these jobs he should take. Like you said, the Jacksonville is intriguing indeed because of Trevor Lawrence, and the they got some pieces there that you can really build upon. Miami, they could just shore up their quarterback position, but I mean, what does Miami really want to like take it to the next level? Right now, we're not sure. Anytime you fire Brian Flores, a good coach who was building a culture there, I don't know the state of Miami right now. Denver's intriguing to me, Denver's intriguing because I think that they're just a quarterback away. If they can make a trade or something of that nature, then Denver's right in the mix. The Raiders as well. I mean, throughout their dysfunction, somehow that team was still able to make the playoffs. So Denver is something. Vikings, I wanna for CJ and AJ, but I mean, right now I don't know because of their quarterback. Their quarterback is what kills me right there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then the Bears.
That's
You
true,
want
D.
better for him. You want better for him.
I like the Bears because of Justin Fields. However, their issue is that they're so tied up within the cap that hey, what's up, Miss Queen? That I'm not sure about their state right now. Um, but I did want to touch on because y'all brought up Crevonte, you brought up Kellen Moore. But how is it that Kellen Moore is getting looks, but Eric Bieniemy isn't? Like, I just don't understand how Kellen Moore is getting all this praise and recognition when he doesn't even have a playoff.
You know why? You know why? You know
But
why?
you're right, I do.
It's
But
too easy.
and Eric Bieniemy has 6 playoff wins. Yeah, Kellen Moore is called a genius and a top head coaching candidate out there. So,
You know why?
utterly ridiculous right now.
Because he's whole white and he coaches the Cowboys. That's enough. Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn, how long Dan Quinn been there?
The good old boys.
The good old boys.
The good old boys.
Shucking and jiving.
Listen, and Dan Quinn only been there for what, a year? And he about to get back in the coach.
I would not take Dan Quinn as my head coach.
I wouldn't take neither one of them.
Jim Caldwell, Eric Bieniemy, they deserve to be hired. Both of them. And Byron Leftwich. So it should be 3 black coaches hired at least.
Byron Leftwich, yeah. Especially after how the Cowboys looked the last part of the season, not just even the playoffs, but how they looked in the last part of the season.
Well, they sucked against good teams, Dre. They sucked against the Broncos. Mm-hmm. I think they lost to Arizona, I believe. And they
bad.
They lost to Arizona and they lost to a couple other teams.
The only team the Cowboys
really good. So they were front runners. They were just beating up on a division, basically.
The only team that they beat where you said, okay, this is like a credible team, and it was actually a really good game, was against the New England Patriots. And they barely escaped that game.
Well, no, they played well. To their credit, they played well against the Buccaneers the first game of the season too.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes I have a hard time really giving a nod to week 1, especially with the lack of preseason games and the lack of practices. Week 1, that first month, I always be edgy about. Because I really feel like you don't really see true teams until like November, December-ish. October, you start seeing people get into a groove. It's like, to me, how you say you don't really see true basketball until Christmas. That's how I feel about the NFL.
That's fair, but you still got to play, and that was still Tom Brady, and that was a good game. They didn't look bad.
No,
you know what I'm saying, but they didn't play well against, like Raj said, did not play well against good teams. Teams with winning records, they were terrible against. They only beat up on the NFC East. That was it. That was half their wins.
I think they want Kellen Moore to be the coach if they fire McCarthy after next year.
Which is crazy because actually, I know he's going to be the scapegoat, but he actually, I don't know if you can really blame that totally on the loss yesterday on Mike McCarthy.
Absolutely, you can.
Of course, always.
Absolutely, you can.
I don't know if you can blame it all on Mike McCarthy.
No, not all of it. No, nothing's ever 100%, but he gets a nice piece of this pie. There's no reason why you come out. Look at all their losses. They all came out flat. Like, as good as this Dallas team is and the roster that they have, there's no reason why you come out flat at home on your first playoff game.
Well, you know one thing though, I don't want Dallas to do because you keep hearing about Kellen Moore and they did this with Jason Garrett. I don't. If you're an already undisciplined team, don't hire from within.
I love
And the
it. Do
issue,
it.
and the,
I love
you know,
it.
and I bet you do. And the issue that I really continuously have with Dallas is that not only do you hire within, but then you have a bunch of yes men for Jerry Jones. And the last time,
Dre, the organization again. Look at the organization. Who's in charge, Dre?
yeah, I know he's the GM, the president, the
President,
owner.
owner.
I
Yes.
don't, I don't,
Oh, yes. It
I don't
doesn't
know what
matter who
LeBron
you
Jerry don't do. But
listen.
no, I just really have a legit issue with if the Cowboys honestly want to go to the next level, they you
What they need
can't
to do,
Jerry, you
Dre?
can't have
What
a
do they
yes
need to
man.
do, Dre? What they need to do?
They need Bill Parcells or somebody that's going to buck back at them again.
And he's not going to allow that. What happened to Jimmy Johnson?
Yeah,
He's not going
true.
to allow
Fired.
that. They need to retire Jerry Jones.
Well. I wouldn't say as you gotta admit, Jerry put a good roster together. The Cowboys are a very talented team. They just need to be able to piece the. They need somebody that's going to be able to really coach them. That's the issue. Jerry isn't letting the coach be the coach. He wants to be the coach too.
There he goes. That's the issue. So it doesn't matter how good the roster is. If Jerry Jones, why does Jerry Jones keep getting interviews?
Jerry Jones, you know what? Jerry Jones looks like a fossil, man. I saw an interview that he did recently, well, pretty much this morning. He looks like he needs to just sit his behind down and let his sons run the team. I don't all this nonsense with him, having his, hand in the cookie jar like he's Vince McMahon is only bringing his Cowboys down. And the sad part is the Cowboys actually had a great team this year, a great group of talent, and they still can't put it together.
I agree.
Well,
so it doesn't matter who they bring in. He's going to bring in somebody who he can control. That's why you bring in Mike McCarthy, who's been out of work for a year and who want to get back into the game and is desperate to get back in the game.
let us know your thoughts. Let us know your thoughts on the coaching vacancies or Cowboys or anything you got to say. But Dre, it's been a few weeks. Raj, it's been a few weeks. And D, I know you're watching. We got to talk about these Los Angeles Lakers, 21-22 with the game against Utah tonight, ninth place in the Western Conference. You see Laker Nation shaking their head. Crevonte has left the chat. D, where you at, baby? Laker Nation, I need to hear you.
Hey, Crevonte, no, come back.
Crevonte is benefiting from this, though. He's benefiting from this.
Dre, your thoughts on the Lakers and how does this season end? AD maybe back at the end of this month. Your thoughts?
Who gives a damn? I really don't understand how. I'm sorry. I just looked up and saw what happened with the.
Yeah, I know. You see the stretcher. The stretcher came out. Yeah.
I just don't. I'm really trying to understand how is it that LeBron James is the one that's balling. You bring in Russell Westbrook. Anthony Davis, he is who we thought he was. Continuously hurt. Westbrook, I thought maybe LeBron could do something with Westbrook. Clearly, that's not the case. Ladies and gentlemen, this team sucks. And I thought that they had potential to at least make some noise, but they need an overhaul. Similar to when LeBron was with Cleveland and they made that overhaul and then LeBron was able to carry that team at least to the finals. The Lakers need to really evaluate and do that. You got to bring somebody in like Ben Simmons. If you can make a trade for somebody like a Damian Lillard or somebody like that, you need somebody in there who's going to be able to really make an impact. I'd even take John Wall. Rested and motivated John Wall. I'll take him. But at this point, the Lakers aren't going nowhere. And to me, it's ridiculous that LeBron James, at his advanced age, is still carrying this damn team when he's supposed to be resting and another option and not the number one guy. This is not how we do in Laker Nation. We were supposed to be striving for another championship, and right now It's not looking good between just alone the Golden State Warriors and the Grizzlies. So the state of the Lakers right now, like I said, we're the Lakers I think can make the playoffs, but it may be like eighth seed or something like that, or a play in if they even have a shot. But at this point, this team is very underperforming, and they better make a major trade before the deadline.
They don't have
And
anybody
Westbrook,
to trade, Dre. They don't have anybody to trade. Nobody's taking Westbrook.
nobody's taking.
We were
That's
dumb
the
enough to get him. We were stupid enough to trade for him.
You know what though?
Yes,
And this
yes,
is and
yes.
I hate to do this, but it's LeBron. Sometimes your players as GMs don't work. I mean, we've seen it
You finally admitted it.
and you know, and we've seen it with like Tom Brady, Antonio Brown. Look what happened. You know, you've seen it with LeBron a couple of times, but somehow he's been able to make some magic work. But this time around, it's just not it. I don't know why you asked for Westbrook so bad, and now you see the end result as to why it doesn't work with somebody the caliber of Westbrook. So
Raj.
I did a video about this maybe a month ago.
yeah,
Holding out
like and
hope.
subscribe, y'all.
Oh yeah, please hit the thumbs up if you're on YouTube. Please hit that thumbs up. If you're on Facebook, hit that like button, please, and thank you. But I did a video about this a month ago, and it's only gotten worse since then. It's not gotten better. Magic Johnson just had a statement that he came up with yesterday after they got blown out by I think Utah, I believe. They're playing them again tonight. But Magic basically said we as Laker fans can accept being outplayed, but we deserve more than a lack of effort and no sense of urgency. Jeannie Buss, you deserve better. So, yes, Magic Johnson is right. Jeannie Buss deserves better. She spent a lot of money on this team, especially with bringing in Westbrook, bringing back Dwight, bringing in Carmelo, bringing in Kendrick Nunn from the Miami Heat, and bringing in DeAndre Jordan, bringing in a bunch of guys that you thought that would help this team get it done. Bringing back Rondo, although we just traded him to Cleveland, but we thought this team was a championship team at the beginning of the year. I thought that Westbrook would be doing what he's doing right now, but I thought he would be able to find his way through and try to fit in on his squad, but it's just not working out. He's turning over the ball too much. He's being very inconsistent. And of course, the biggest culprit of them all, Anthony Davis, the guy that we're supposed to be leaning on right now, is
Leaning on.
nowhere to be found. As usual, he's hurt again, can't stay healthy, can't stay off the injured list. And LeBron James is out there looking like Superman. I can't blame all of this on him because clearly he's not the GM of the team. That's why you have Rob Pelinka there and Jeannie Buss also. So they have a hand in this as well. But this is a collective effort of, epic proportions of just bad coaching, the players not responding to coaching, people getting hurt, COVID. It's just a cluster, Franklin, of a lot of things. And the sad part is, to me, they shouldn't have traded for Westbrook at all. They should have kept Kuzma. They should have kept Harrell, and they should have kept Caldwell Pope because you know what? You know what those guys do? They play defense. Now Kuzma was, being goofy. I ain't going front. When he was in LA, he was goofy. Every other day, he had a different hairstyle. He had yellow hair, brown hair, orange hair. He looked like a complete goofball. But since he's gotten traded to the Washington Wizards, this brother has been balling nonstop. Stayed with one hair color, and has definitely been killing it on the boards and hitting clutch jumpers and clutch situations. He's been awesome. So yes, Crevonte, yes, he has been doing this thing, and I'm a benefit from it tomorrow. But that's another story. But yes, I mean Kuzma's been playing great. Harrell has been balling out as well. This is his contract here, so he has to go out there and he has to show what he can do for maybe another squad. Maybe the Wizards re-sign him. Who knows? and then Caldwell Pope he's always been consistent in hitting his jumpers, hitting on 3-point shots, and playing great defense. And that's exactly what the Lakers are missing right now. The Lakers are missing this type of effort from these three players. And Westbrook is just saying he just can't. I don't know, man. I think there's a curse on him or something, man. Ever since Kevin Durant left him, he's been, just been one speed, and he can't slow it down. He can't hit clutch jumpers, and he just sucks. I hate to say it, he sucks. But yeah, man, the Lakers are ninth right now. It's probably not gonna get any better, even if Anthony Davis comes back. Hopefully they sneak into the playoffs, maybe get the 7th seed or something like that. Maybe they might pull off a big trade. Who knows? But
and play the Suns. Jesus.
If I'm any other NBA team, I'm not helping out the Lakers. I'm not helping out the Lakers do anything. I'm gonna let them suffer with what they have. I'm not trading nobody to them. So they're in a serious terrible situation. LeBron James is doing what he can do, but you know what it's looking like, Dre? This reminds me of 2012 when Kobe was out there balling out, playing 30, 40 to 45, 48 minutes per game. I'm not saying he's going to blow out his knee or anything. I think he'll be fine, but it just looks like that. It's like he has a great collection of talent, but at the end of the day, it's just not going to come together. I think this is it for them.
When Byron, can you put up that comment about Daryl when he says, hoping LeBron goes elsewhere? I just want to address that comment real quick. So there is a rumor.
Oh, yes.
That LeBron will go back to Cleveland when his contract is up with the Lakers. There's speculation out there that Cleveland has a nice young roster and that they just need a superstar.
They need to blow it up.
So that's not far fetched.
To blow it up.
I don't know how true that is, but there's rumors that LeBron could be leaving again.
To blow it up.
Oh, blow it up. The Lakers or Cleveland?
The Cleveland Cavaliers.
Look, if you bring LeBron James in, you do what you need to do. So
not no more. Not no more. No more.
But I mean, the state of this team. I mean, Rod is right. I mean, is anybody really going to want to help out the Lakers? Because I mean, when it's a team that you just kind of you're like, it's LeBron. Do I really want to help? I don't know. It would be nice, like I said, if we could get somebody like a Ben Simmons in there because he's been a headache for the 76ers. It'd be nice if they could get somebody like John Wall who's been a headache for the Rockets. But, are you really willing to trade like AD or Westbrook? Because when AD's won it, yeah. But AD, ever since he got his championship, to me, he has not lived up to expectation. I think he's been legit content with his one championship. And he's just kind of riding the coattails of having a max contract. And to me, when you have that kind of mentality, that's not a part of Laker Nation. That's not a winning mentality. That's just being stagnant. And I think that, to me, both AD and Westbrook have to go because LeBron's the only one to me that's playing like he wants another championship.
Crevonte?
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah, real quick if you wanted to,
I'm not gonna pour. Oh, hey, but guys, wow, y'all are better. I thought y'all was better than this, man. That's crazy.
No, I'm back.
I think the Lakers experiment with Russell Westbrook has failed miserably. But I feel like we all predicted that. I know I did. I couldn't wait. Just please, anybody, take him from DC so I can get back on the team because y'all noticed I wasn't a fan that year that he was on the team. As soon as he left, all right, cool, I'm back. he is not healthy. He does not do. He's not healthy for a team that's trying to win. Because like Roger was saying before, he only knows how to play one way, and that's not always good. You need to be able to adjust. You know what I'm saying? As the year goes on, even in a game, as the game goes on, the year goes on, you need to be able to adjust. And he's proven since, well, even with Kevin Durant, he hasn't been able to adjust. Everybody has to adjust to him, but he's not the superstar who he used to be. So why would we do that? Even when he was, they didn't. There was two other superstars with him in OKC, and now he's only older and does the exact same thing. And it's unfortunate that the Lakers have become this, because you would think when LeBron James comes to town, things will go a little bit better. But hey, man, listen, at this point, y'all got a championship out the deal. Wash our hands with it and be done with it. That's it. That's all I got.
Real quick, let's go through some of these other topics. Crevonte, Klay Thompson's back. Suns, though, are number one in the West right now. Warriors a little banged up. What do you think this does for the Warriors?
Put your ones up.
That's right.
Put your ones up, because that's where they're gonna be at. That's where the Warriors gonna be. I mean, they was there. They was there. You know what I'm saying? They was going back and forth with the Suns. You know, before Klay came back. So slow roll Klay Thompson into this. Shoot, you about to get another break soon because the All Star break is coming up. And after that, just slow roll him until he's back. Till he's back to getting his regular minutes. And now that's another deep threat. This team is low key loaded. Not even low key. This team is loaded. Um, so I foresee there's no way the Suns. I mean, I'm sorry. There's no way the Warriors drop past two. Really, at this point, outside of any wild injuries.
Dre?
Like Crevonte said, it helps that you have somebody the caliber of Klay Thompson, and honestly, I don't think it matters if they get the number one, two, three, four, five, whatever seed. Um, they have potential really to win the NBA championship. Um, they have like Crevonte said, they have all the pieces necessary. This is a very loaded team. And then we already said when they got Klay Thompson back, they would be even more dangerous. I know that right now a lot of people are on the bandwagon for Memphis. The Suns are balling out, but it's just something different about this team when they're all healthy, and then you get, you add Klay Thompson to the mix. You already saw how dangerous this team was prior to Klay Thompson being there, but they don't need him until the postseason. So, like Crevonte said, slowly get him acclimated to back to playing regular basketball, and then sky's the limit at this point for that team. We already knew Golden State was a dangerous team before, but this year, at least in the early part, we've seen like, wow, this team when 100% healthy is probably the favorite to win an NBA championship, even over a team like the Brooklyn Nets. I would like to, because to me, Golden State has always still been a team, and then you also have a good head coach with Steve Kerr. So when you have them pieces factoring in, it's Dub Nation up.
Raj?
Klay Thompson is pretty much everything that Golden State has been waiting for. I thought he could have came back a month ago. I thought he could have came back Christmas Day, but I guess they were being very cautious since he's been out the past 2 years. But when he came back, man, that first game back, man, he didn't miss a beat, man. He was hitting them threes, and crowd was loving it. You defend, playing great defense, even in the limited minutes that he had. I think he played like 20 minutes. But man, that's exactly what they need. They need a guy like him. He's the other half of the Splash Brothers, and it's going to be nothing but trouble for the Western Conference coming up. And as soon as James Wiseman gets back as well, it's going to be hell to pay for whoever plays them, in the playoffs. So yeah, man, Klay Thompson is a huge difference maker for the Golden State Warriors. He takes pressure off of Steph Curry, and pretty much, makes them an unstoppable team.
Kyrie Irving Part-time player, he's back, and KD is out 4 to 6 weeks. Dre, your thoughts on both of these stories?
KD being out 4 to 6 weeks, it hurts. Uh, Brooklyn for sure, but once he comes back, KD's been the heart and soul of this Nets team and been the consistent one. James Harden hasn't been what we thought James Harden would be once he got traded to the Nets. And then Kyrie with this part time stuff, man. Like, come on, man. I'm really disappointed more so in management because they said that they weren't going to bring him back, and now they do bring him back. Is he a good piece to have? Yes. Can he help you win a championship? Yes. However, they folded at the end of the day because they said that they stood and said that they were not bringing this man back, and once this whole thing happened about he wasn't coming back, he wasn't taking the vaccine. At this point, he's a cancer, and he's like it's similar to Ben Simmons. It may not be where he's refusing to play, but I mean he kind of is refusing to play because he doesn't want to take the vaccine. So if that's the case, and it's not even it's not a league mandate thing. It's just this way he's just playing at, and in certain cities where you need a vaccination in order to play. So I think that Kyrie Irving is another one. He's got to go. I think that I don't know how you trade Kyrie Irving and get him up out of there, but as long as that cancer is there, they're not winning another championship either. I think that they have talent, but I just think it's really goofy that Kyrie Irving is allowed to even play part time, and as long as they stick by this part time schedule, there's no way that they win an NBA championship unless they're willing to pay the fines and let it be. At the end of the day, there's no way you can win a championship with a part time player. And then it's crazy to me that this team has been together as long as they have, going over a year, and they still have only played. They haven't even played a full season together yet. It's literally like been maybe I want to say like 16 games or so. But it's really crazy that this team hasn't been together for a full season. And you see what even happened with Miami's big three, that it takes time. I don't care who you are, how much talent you have, who the coach is, whatever. When you have three scorers like that, you need time. Three of the top 10 players in the league. You need time to put that together. And that's why to me, I just can't ever pick the Brooklyn Nets. And honestly, I think also teams are just, fans are just kind of sick of this because they're like, all right, you put this big three together, but y'all not even playing together. Y'all can't gel or anything. So I think honestly, we're getting to a point where people are just tired of the big three type of collection and are rooting for an actual team to win the NBA championship at this point.
Crevonte?
I think this is stupid. I said this before. I agree. Him playing part time is dumb. Either at this point you leave it alone completely, or you pay the fines. Like, why you playing all the road games? This is dumb. Now KD is out. Now you got James Harden full time and Kyrie half the time, and KD none of the time. So now you're susceptible to any and everything now, because now you putting all this pressure on James Harden now. Now James Harden has to do it. James Harden is probably the one that's hurt the most out of all this because he don't know who he gonna play with game in and game out. He has to adjust. James Harden has to do the absolute most adjusting right now because he is the facilitator for this team. But all this uncertainty around him, he's going to have to score and create every game until KD comes back. Because Kyrie in here and there, and on top of that, like Kyrie has some injury as well. Like, bro, This is too much. The Nets need to make a decision. Either you pay the fine for all the home games, including the playoff games, or you leave them alone. Because this is dumb. Like I could tell, basketball people can't be running this, can't be running this show. It just can't. It just can't be. But they now, yeah, definitely. No. You're right. Yes, absolutely. Analyst guys are running this thing, and now this is going to burn out Harden, and this is going to hurt them. This is going to hurt Harden, and ultimately hurt the Nets in the long run.
Raj,
but dumb.
Dun 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 dun. Part-time player. That's exactly what KD is. He's a damn part-time player. Not KD, I'm sorry, Kyrie. That's what Kyrie is. He's a part-time player. I think they need, like Crevonte said, they need to just pay the fine, stop playing around. You're going to need them pretty much every game, especially with KD out. And James Harden definitely needs some help because, Lord have mercy, he has not been playing like he usually plays, and they took his little shimmy away from him, so he can't be goofy with the basketball anymore. So he's gonna need some help. Hey, what's up, Brittany?
Yo, Brett, what it do?
He's gonna need some help, and the part-time thing just ain't cutting it. So KD's hurt. He out 4 to 6 weeks. That's a tough blow, but he'll be back, in time for the playoffs. So that's all that matters. Probably missed the All-Star game, but that's fine too. But yeah, man, Kyrie and his part-time thing. I mean, I agree with it to a certain extent because I think he should play every game. It shouldn't even matter, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, since these are the rules for him, since he has not been, vaccinated, he has to, play on the road. So yeah, man, they need to just pay the fine, come up with a solution, pay the fine, and let him play every game, and take it from there. Stop beating around the bush. Screw what other people have to say. Screw what Stephen A and them other guys have to say. If y'all try to win a championship, pay the damn fine and let Kyrie play every game.
It's not, honestly, the fine isn't even that damn much.
I know it's like 1,000. It's like 1,000 per game.
I'm like, come on, yo. That's like, stop being cheap. Like y'all make that in probably one game.
They break that in the first quarter.
Right. They could pay the whole thing right now. They could pay the whole thing right now for the rest of the season and be done with it.
Making this much like, do you want to win or do you not want to win?
They want to make it goofy
this window,
and make it a story.
Dre, you talk about you talk about windows a lot. Like when a team has a window. This window is not big. And also, you're not even the best team in the East for real.
Hey, and what they're on year 2 together? And what we usually say, the teams like that usually have about a 3-year window?
3, yeah. 3. I mean, Miami had 4, but typically it's 3.
And then, like, again, back to the point when I talked about Miami, they only got 2.
Right. So even if you go, it's not guaranteed that you win. So this is dumb. And like I said, Milwaukee healthy, they're still it's gonna be tough to get past them in a 7-game series. So I'm just saying you need to be at full strength, at full power, going to play Milwaukee at this point.
Well, from one goofy to another, D Wade says MJ will be forgotten GOAT. Thoughts on this? Raj, I'll start with you. Your thoughts on your boy
Start
D
with me. Shut up, Dwayne Wade. Just be quiet. Put on your red hair. Continue to be goofy with your son. I'm sorry, your daughter. Continue to be goofy with your wife. I don't give a damn about your opinion about MJ, man. I really don't. He will not be forgotten about. That is the most ridiculous thing I think I've ever heard come out of your mouth. Because I'm pretty sure you're wearing his goddamn sneakers right now. So how the hell can you forget about Michael Jeffrey Jordan? You're not going to forget about him. He is the freaking GOAT of the. He's still the GOAT of the NBA. He's still the person that everybody wants to look up to. LeBron right now is looking up to him. So I don't want to hit that. There you go. Exactly.
Leave it
Yes, that
alone.
black red hair
Leave him alone.
that
He was
he
trying
likes
to
to
do
wear from
something
time
nice.
to time. But yes, man. I mean, come on now. This is Michael Jordan, man. I mean, everybody has a pair of his sneakers. His sneakers is never going to go away. He's always going to be a brand of the NBA. He will never be forgotten about. The only reason why people forgot about, Kareem is because Kareem didn't have a shoe like that. He didn't have a brand like the Jordan brand was. He was a great player, but you know what? He wasn't even the leader of the Lakers. Magic Johnson was the leader of the Lakers. Everybody knew that Michael Jordan was the leader of the Bulls. Everybody knew that Michael Jordan's brand and his impact made a complete difference. Just look at the Last Dance from 2 years ago. How much impact that made on the world. All Michael Jordan had to do was sneeze, and the world was to his knees. That's all he had to do was just sneeze. And I don't want to hear. Don't give me that. Don't shake your head, Dre. You know it's true. Michael Jordan is still the GOAT and will always be the GOAT. I don't give a damn what generation it is. It could be Generation Z. It could be Generation D, Generation X, Generation C. It don't matter. He will always be on top because his brand will carry him through. So I don't want to hear that nonsense from Dwayne Wade. Screw that. I
Crevonte,
can
I'll
go.
let Dre go last.
I mean, Raj said it, man. He's the GOAT for more reasons than just basketball. He got fashion, and I'm talking about just shoes. Like he got, apparel. You know what I'm saying? There's hats, there's shirts, there's joggers, there's shoes, and it's so much that made Jordan who he is now, which is why he will be known in every generation moving forward. Because Jordan, the Jordan brand and the Jordan shoes are the most popular sneakers in the world. Maybe the most popular shoe in the world, but for damn sure the most popular sneaker in the world. And the kids that's wearing them never even sniffed, never even seen Jordan play. But they know his shoes and they know that Jumpman symbol. And thank you to the Last Dance. Unless you was born after 2020, you know about that. You know what I'm saying? So, and Kareem.
Exactly, Mark.
Yeah. So it's like, and to Kareem's point, Kareem was a great basketball player, and that was it. Kareem was an activist, but that's not really popular. Jordan made the game in an international game, representing them in the Olympics, making it okay for folks outside the country to come in. And China, Japan, folks knew Jordan. Jordan had a worldwide face, worldwide brand. That's forever. That don't go nowhere. As long after Jordan's gone, that brand is still gonna be here. And unfortunately, LeBron it's always gonna be an uphill battle, but that's just something that nobody can touch right now because he just changed the game in so many ways, not just the gameplay, but the shoes, how you being a brand. Like Jordan was the first brand in sports in general. He was the first brand for real. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that he will never be forgotten. Never.
All right.
Dre?
So it all starts with Mark's comment because Mark said that he said Jordan still sell out LeBron's. True. Mark said only black owner in sports, first black billionaire, sports player, first black sports billionaire. True. Crevonte, what she said about him being a brand. True. Roger, you have many points as well. All true. His brand, honestly, is the thing that saves him. If he doesn't have the Jordan brand, Dwayne Wade actually makes a point. And I'm only saying that because when you and we'll talk about this next week. For example, Draymond Green. He came out with his top 5 NBA players all time. And there's no sign of Will Chamberlain, Bill Russell on there. And yet these are, Larry Bird, these are just some of the people that, even though we've never seen them play, we still think of them as GOATs, people who have made the NBA what it is today. And I think that, like, just how we always have the Jordan versus LeBron comparison, and uh, that it should be just that it should just be a generational thing. The next generation, what helps the next generation still have Jordan in that GOAT category is the Jordan brand. Like you said, the sneakers, the apparel. I mean, depending on where you go, you can even get Jordan drawers. Like, in some cases.
Hanes
So
underwear.
Yep.
Like,
you're
bro,
right. The Hanes commercials help,
like,
just like it helped, Brett Favre with Wrangler jeans.
Tag us.
Um,
Tag us, please.
so um, that's the thing I think that helps keep Jordan relevant. But if Jordan didn't have the brand, excuse me, which is the greatest sports brand in history. I mean, we've seen it don't matter what GOAT we've seen out there. Like Tom Brady right now is the greatest quarterback we've ever seen. He doesn't have the brand that Michael Jordan has.
nope.
LeBron James, as good as LeBron is, his brand can't touch Michael Jordan. I mean, there's a whole company about within the company that, like, is all dedicated to Jordan. Like, some people think that, like, Jordan isn't under the Nike brand, which is like, yeah, he's still under that, but it's still like, it's still Jordan as his own company. It's crazy how that is. But because like I said, the Jordan brand is what honestly saves. I'm not Dwayne Wade again. His point isn't far fetched, but what helps is that it's the Jordan brand behind Michael Jordan's name. Because if Michael Jordan didn't have it, then I could understand why Dwayne Wade would say that we forgot about Jordan. And there might be a generation of kids who may not put Jordan in um, in the GOAT conversation when it comes to basketball. Because remember, we saw the tail end of Jordan, and then we also have seen Kobe. There's going to come a point where people are going to forget about Kobe Bryant, and then they're going to start saying people like LeBron James, Kevin Durant, people like that. They may say that Steph Curry. Those are people that the younger generation will probably say are the better players and the GOATs in their mind. It's just a generational thing.
Well, let us know your thoughts if you agree with Dwayne Wade's comments or not. Is he being goofy as usual? Let us know. But if you're watching right now, thank you for watching. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the page if you're watching on YouTube. If you want to donate, as Crevonte shows you how goofy Dwayne Wade is, the Flex Zone 1. Shout out to everybody in the chat. It's time to recap Wild Card Weekend. Shout out to Daryl as well.
Shout out, Lil
Everybody
D.
checking in. But let's get to the scores from Wild Card Weekend. On Saturday, Bengals get their first playoff win since 1990, 26-19. Told y'all they was going to win a playoff game. Thoughts real quick?
I did too.
Jerome Boger and his refereeing crew can go straight to you know where. My goodness. I mean, they wasn't the reason they won. But I mean, they played a part in it. But the Bengals, they arrived, man. They are a very scary team. Joe Burrow looked like he pretty much looked like, yeah, man, I'm here, and this is what I'm going to do from now on. I mean, he looked poised. He didn't get rattled. I mean, he just knew what to do. He knew who to throw it to. I mean, it's very scary, man, for the AFC North. It's very scary for years to come. Um, all I gotta say is, damn, man, you might be right, Byron. They might be going to the AFC Championship game.
It could.
And I hate to say that because I was hoping that it was going to be a couple years away, not right now. But damn, they hit right now, and that was probably one of the best games of the weekend. You know, other than the other game we're going to talk about.
Any other thoughts, real quick?
Hey man, Burrow was here, man. I think the Bengals caught a really good draw for the first round, having an inexperienced coach and also another inexperienced quarterback. So now we're straight up Joe Burrow versus Derek Carr and Zach Taylor versus what Sirianni?
It was Rick Bisaccia.
Besides Sirianni's in Philadelphia, right?
Yep.
Okay. So inexperienced coach, inexperienced quarterback versus another inexperienced quarterback and another inexperienced coach. All right, I'll take the guy who's been a head coach for a couple years and the better quarterback. And Joe Burrow showed out. That's Moneybag Joe right now. That's Moneybag Joe.
Moneybag Joe.
Dre, real quick.
It's what I thought it was. Like I'm on the bandwagon too about the Bengals, at least to the AFC Championship game at this point.
I would not be surprised if they go into Tennessee and beat them. I would not be surprised.
I'm picking them. I'm going with them already. But let's get back to the game. Saturday night, it was hammer time in Buffalo as they sent New England home 47-17. Did you check on Shane Crevonte?
Oh my gosh! I know. If I got a phone call, Crevonte got a phone call.
Shane, I love you, but I'm glad. Shane, I love you, but I'm glad you didn't call me because I was, let's just say, preoccupied because that game was boring.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you were. I'm pretty sure you were preoccupied, but I must say, the Buffalo Bills handled their business. They supposed to beat them. I said they was going to beat them last week, and they pretty much whooped their ass, man. I mean, whatchamacallit wasn't ready. Like I said before, Mac Jones wasn't ready for this. He didn't see what was coming. He wasn't ready for the moment like Joe Burrow was. Joe Burrow was ready. Mac Jones was not ready at all. And they showed, and they got their asses kicked, and that crowd was rocking. You know, I tried to go out for this. Actually, I did go out for this game, and I got to Dave and Buster's, and by the time I got there, it was 20-0. I was like, God damn, this game is over. But I mean, hey, the food was all right though, so it was what it was. But yeah, man, they got a bright future as well. I think Mac Jones was gonna get better. He's only gonna learn from this, and I think that Belichick's not going anywhere for at least 2 or 3 more years. So there you go. Hey, wait, the Stephen A. of Baltimore. Who you talking about? Shane. Okay, all right. Yeah. Shane could be the Stephen A. of Baltimore. That's correct. Hopefully he doesn't shuck and job. You know.
Any other thoughts on the Bills?
He's jiving for something else at this moment.
We're not doing
okay.
that. We're not doing it.
Okay.
Hey,
donate to the cause down below.
Hey, listen, man. The Bills played an absolute perfect game. If there was ever a game that you could say is perfect, they played an absolute perfect game. They scored. They have 7 drives, 7 touchdowns, no punts, no field goals, no turnovers. That is an absolute perfect game. And that was supposed to be against the top 5 defense as well. They dismantled the New England Patriots, and it was not close from the word go. But Mac Jones did not play terrible. It was overwhelming. Like the better team won. And it looked bad on Bill Belichick because of his defense, but it was nothing you could do to prepare for that with a rookie quarterback. He don't know. Inexperienced. He was in Alabama last year. What do you expect from him?
Drake.
And it was like 0 degrees out there.
You know, I believe it was the Undertaker who one time he when he was with Triple H and he was saying that you've done this, you've done that, but this ain't your day, boy. And that's pretty much what they did. They sunned them. My heavens, especially to a team, a Bill Belichick team.
McCourty.
I mean, you know what? It was good that I took a little pleasure. I'll admit, Shane, in seeing your team get their behinds beat. Um, but I just didn't think that Bill Belichick team would get beat to that degree. I mean, good gosh, I knew they would get beat, but I didn't think it was going to be that bad. I
No,
mean,
no.
that was a thorough whooping.
A thorough ass whooping.
Yeah, it was. Like you would have thought they stole something. Like, good gosh, they put their foot on their throat and did not lay up whatsoever. I don't even think they took the damn starters out for real. Like, I mean,
No punts. They didn't punt all game.
No punts, no
um,
field goals, no turnovers.
I mean, you know what though? In all seriousness though, the Bills just had to remind us why they were one of the favorites to make it to the AFC Championship game. I would have loved to have seen, if possible, to see the Bills and the Bengals in the next round, but unfortunately we won't. So that's all my thoughts about it. Like I said, I took a little pleasure, Shane, in seeing the ass whooping because you've been talking about the Ravens all this time, man. So this was payback.
Right.
And they're in the division. So it's like, all right, guys, see y'all next year.
Oh, Raj, I was just gonna say Tampa Bay keeps rolling, 31-15.
Oh, that was easy money. That was easy work. I really got nothing to say for this game. We kind of figured
These
that
are
the
some good
Buccaneers was
games
going to
next
win.
week.
We knew that Tom Brady, even though he's down a lot of players right now, we knew that he was going to handle his business like he always does. True professional that he is. The Eagles, I mean, this is their first time with
Mm,
a young
I like
quarterback.
that comment.
I mean, why doesn't Kyler Murray get the same blues Lamar get? Oh, that is a good question. Well, he hasn't been to the playoffs. This is his first time, actually. This is actually the first time in the playoffs, but we'll get to that a little later. But like I said before, Jalen Hurts' first time in the playoffs as well with the Eagles. The Eagles, this was too much for them. This was too much for them. They were battling the champions from last year, and pretty much they showed that championship pedigree. I figured they was going, beat up on them a little bit, and that's exactly what it was. They came out there, they stomped them down, and then they continue to put their foot on their behinds, and they beat them.
Dre.
Uh, what does that really say about the GOAT? Um, I mean, the Eagles weren't ready,
I agree, Mark. I agree with that part and that stat.
yo.
But
Who was stacked?
the Cardinals.
Oh, nah, hell no, they wasn't
No, no,
He
stacked.
no,
didn't
no.
have that best
Yeah,
receiver. He didn't have that best receiver either.
They are not stacked.
yeah. But I say even if they had their best receiver, compared to the Rams, no, they're not stacked. Like I said, the Eagles just weren't ready. Yeah, they made it as far as they could, but you just knew that when they took on the Bucks, it was over.
Crevonte.
Come on, man. Like, did anybody really think the Eagles had it? They had maybe a chance to cover. Nobody thought they were going to actually win this game. The Eagles have
Unless you
played.
lived in Philadelphia.
Well, well, that's what happens when you go and then go to Tampa Bay. Yeah, it was tripping. It was an uphill battle. I think both seven seeds, neither of the seven seeds should have been there, and it showed in Wild Card Weekend, and this was one of them.
And we got the 49ers beating the Cowboys 23-17. Crevonte, I know you enjoyed that one.
Yes, I did because I've been saying this all year. Made the play. I didn't even know. I thoroughly enjoyed it because I predicted it. I predicted it once again. I've seen this movie. We've all seen this movie several times. We've all read this book. We've all listened to this CD on the A side and the B side. We know how this ends. It ends the same way every year, guys. I don't care how good or how great the Cowboys look in the regular season. It's gonna fall apart. Whether it's the owners own the management, whether it's the head coach, whether it's the quarterback, something's gonna fall off this wagon and it's gonna get derailed. It happens every year like clockwork. As soon as I saw the spread, I was like, yep, give me the 49ers plus 3.5. Because honestly, if you're giving them -3, if you get the favorites of -3 at home, that's a given. -3 is a given because you're at home. Then you going to 3.5. Please give me the 49ers plus 3.5, the more physical team. And that's what they did. They punched the Cowboys in the mouth early, even though they didn't put them away like the Rams put the Cardinals away. That's how the game should have been. But y'all know how Kyle Shanahan is. He don't know when to step on the gas either, which is probably going to do him. He's not going to do him well when he go to Green Bay next week. But this was set up to fail, and they was at home. Lovely. Even the fans threw debris at the Cowboys. I thought this was great.
I thought it was to the refs.
They threw the DeMarcus Lawrence had to hit one from hitting him. I loved it.
You know what? They are who we thought they were.
Boom. Exactly. Nobody should be surprised here. Only the Cowboys fans are the ones hoopling and hollering on Monday, because everybody else saw it coming.
You know what? I should have did my Stephen A. impression and with my hat and my cigar and said how do.
Raj.
Cowboys. Or should I just call them the Cowgirls? Because I can't be with you. No, I can't be with you. You're too deceiving, girl. And they were very deceiving this whole goddamn season, because they had everybody fooled like they have everybody every year, thinking that they was gonna win the Super Bowl or even go to the Super Bowl. Come on, man. This is the Cowboys we're talking about. I mean, they had all the talent in the world. The Tony Pollards, the Ezekiel Elliott's, the Dak Prescott's. Oh my God, he got a huge contract, and then of course the Amari Coopers and all that talent, that they got on the offense and defensive side, and they can never put it together, and that's a damn shame. They can never put it together. Well, that's the weekend. I thought you were Murray. That's so check that out, Mark, if you haven't heard it yet. But yeah, man. It's Cowboys, man. This is what I expect every year. They get clowned for this, and this is exactly what they do. They have a great team, and then they look like trash. Same old.
Oh, Crevonte is back. And the last game that actually another game last night was hammer time. Of course, the Chiefs ended Big Ben's career. Looks like 42-21. No surprise there, right?
Damn. I mean, you talk about taking Old Yeller to the shed. Good gosh. Another thorough whooping. I mean, you want to talk about take your opponent out. Good gosh. I mean, dang, at least, for the last ride, you would have thought that they might have made the game close, had some mercy. They had no mercy whatsoever. I mean... I mean, as a Ravens fan, I thoroughly enjoyed that one. I mean, good gosh. I mean, I was at least hoping for a close game. I didn't think that it'd be that bad. I mean, damn. Woo.
Woo. That's what they said too.
I mean, that's what Ben probably said when the game was over. Like, whoo, glad this is over. Because, man, oh man, that thing was over before it even started. Like, you just know, you ever just know, like, damn, that, like, we just go and get our tails kicked today. That's what happened. I mean, like, he took, like, the old, whatever you want to call Big Ben. They ate a big slice of humble pie. And my gosh, I enjoyed it. I'll admit, as a Ravens fan, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Just like Crevonte enjoyed seeing Dallas up there fumbling, not knowing that the referee has to touch the football. I thoroughly enjoyed the Chiefs, just like Patrick Mahomes, up there throwing dimes like he Pedro out there. Like I just really loved everything that was going on.
He's playing like it's a video game.
I mean, my gosh, that made my weekend. I thought Dallas made my weekend, but the Tribal Chief, you made my weekend. I appreciate you for that.
Crevonte.
Rod, did you want to go next?
I did want to go next.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Oh man. Like I said before, congrats to Big Ben's career. He had a wonderful career. He got beat the Ravens twice this year. Congrats to him on, his last win is against the Ravens, he got his, the first game was a loss against the Ravens. Last game was a win. That you see how that works. But
the fix was in
yesterday, boy. Those Steelers fans, they was like, maybe we have a chance. We played them before, we can go out there and we can, stay in this game and compete hard, and we could probably, steal this game like we steal a lot of other games. Nah, man. After the first quarter, bro, I knew it was over. I knew this was going to be a wrap for the Steelers, man. And that's the funny thing about sports. You think you can go in there, you can give them the good old great effort, and then reality sets in.
Here come Thanos. Boo, 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 boo.
Reality sets in, man. They got a complete elbow. They got power drive. They got all kinds of wrestling moves put on them yesterday, and the fact that this is Big Ben's last hurrah. Oh, they had to put up 42 points on them boys, man, and I enjoyed every single second of it. Because I cannot stand the Steelers. Y'all know I can't stand the Steelers, so watching them, just get destroyed for the last game of the whole football day, after watching the goofy Cowboys do what they do earlier, it was a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. So, like I said before, congrats to Big Ben's career, and we'll see you in 5 years in Canton when you're making your 10-minute speech or whatever. But last night was a joy to watch. Last night was a treat for every Raven fan that suffered this season, and watching the Steelers find themselves on the brink of elimination and then getting stomped on in the fourth quarter just made my day. You can go ahead, Crevonte.
Hey man, I knew it was hard to hold up with them, man. I know seeing your rivals go down in a blaze of trash dumpster fire is always good. And really, both my teams, both the NFC East teams went down like that. One was a lot prettier than the other one, but they all ended the same way. So yes, I know that thrill. But yeah, Big Ben, great career. But this is what we don't want to see. Well, our rivals, we want to see them go down like this, but you don't want to see that when you've had such a great career. Like, we don't want to see Tom Brady look like this at the end. you want to be able to walk out while you're still somewhat on top or on the upswing, because the downswing is ugly. Trust me, guys, we've seen it. That downswing is ugly, and that was what we saw on Sunday. It was ugly. It was ugly. I mean, the Chiefs started off slow. It was 0-0. I don't think nobody scored in the first quarter. And then all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. I said, oh my gosh, Patrick, please. Please. Oh my gosh. It's happening so fast. He threw 5 touchdowns in about 11 minutes.
Crazy.
5 touchdowns. He threw 5 touchdowns in a quarter. Wasn't there a quarter? I think all of them was in that second quarter.
That's basically a quarter.
Yeah, it was 21 points by the end of the second quarter. 21-7.
So it basically in the span of a quarter, he threw 5 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Shred them like paper.
There still ain't one none of that problems, bro. They really ain't. That's one of them games where they ain't get off the bus. They was like Big Ben. All that was for the Ravens. He left everything on the field for the Ravens. That's what that was. He ain't had nothing left for the playoffs. He was probably hoping that they didn't even make it. He was like, "Hey man, I ain't got nothing else. Y'all better not take us into the playoffs." What, we made it? God damn it! God, we gotta do another walkthrough. And it's like, you know, I ain't got nothing left, Coach Mike. On my F's, listen. I mean, oh my, on my F's, listen, baby. I ain't got nothing left. Don't make the playoffs. All right, cool. But we knew it was bad when TJ Watt was the first touchdown. I was like, oh boy, they scored on defense. I don't think they're gonna score on offense today. It was bad. But again, great year, but it was ugly, as majority of the games were this wild card weekend. Majority of the games were ugly just like that. And I don't know about rethinking the 7th seed, but it's early, but y'all reached this year. Y'all definitely reached this year. Damn well the Eagles or the Steelers should have been in the playoffs, but whatever, man. It is what it is. The bad team won.
Dre, you can say it. The Rams roll over the Cardinals 34-11.
The hell was I thinking?
You know, I tried to tell y'all about this team.
Shut up.
Here we go. It's a nice long soliloquy.
I had to shut up. I had to be a little hard on them. But Raj, I'm gonna keep it simple. The Rams are going to the Super Bowl. You seen it tonight. You seen what they were doing. They had to get it together. Matthew Stafford, he did what he needed to do. Now this team is in prime position. They're making it to the Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first. You already know what time it is.
And Raj?
I picked the Cardinals to win as well. I thought J.J. Watt returning would, help. And I thought that the Rams were a very soft football team. But I was wrong. I mean, they still have episodes of being soft at times, but they showed up. Matthew Stafford showed up. He hasn't been in the playoffs too many times in his career, but tonight he had a good night, and all his weapons showed up. So, congrats to the Rams. They got the job done. Cardinals, this was their first times there. First time that Kyler Murray was there. So I'm not going to rag on him too much because he's very inexperienced when it comes to being in the playoffs. So maybe next year he'll get better. Maybe next year they'll go a little further when they get back to the playoffs. Because I think it's a work in progress. He didn't have all his weapons with him. Some people were hurt as well. And, it is what it is, man. Eric Weddle, hey, man, he came out. He literally came out of nowhere and literally, started this game and, had a pretty decent game. So, I mean, hats off to him, the 37-year-old, man, doing what he do. But yeah, man, the Rams won. Congrats to them. It just wasn't the Cardinals' time just yet.
Crevonte, the ship be sinking.
All right, man. I'm in my life jacket, baby. I'm in my life jacket. We gonna make it back to the show, baby. we gonna make it back to the show, man. I picked this team because the Arizona. I won. There's like my second team, but I also picked them because I thought there was gonna be 2 underdogs that win. I thought it was gonna be 2. Nope, not this wild card. 5 underdogs. Not only did they win, they also covered. But obviously the Cowboys didn't. But yeah, so 5 of the 6 games, the favorites won and covered. The only team that didn't win nor cover was the Cowboys. But this isn't like wild card weekend. Usually we see a couple upsets. Nah. And I thought this was gonna be the last game. They're gonna give me this is gonna be the upset one. Because 49ers wasn't really an upset. Like, I saw that coming. I thought the Cardinals were gonna give us an upset, but nope. So wild card weekend, thank you. Super wild card weekend, thank you. This was great. The Rams, listen, for Matthew Stafford's sake, they better have won this game. That's for sure. They better have won this game. He couldn't go 0-4 in the playoff because they was going to kill him in the media. But move on to the next one. Let's see how they do in Tampa Bay. I'm sure they'll probably be it probably be 2.5 points in either direction. I'm guessing. So it's gonna be a test. It's gonna be a nice test because you're going from one quarterback who's inexperienced to one quarterback who's the most experienced when it comes to the playoffs. And the task is gonna be tougher and bigger. But congrats to the Rams, well deserved, and Super Wildcard Weekend was great.
Game ball, not so game ball. Dre, I'll start with you.
My game ball has to go to the 49ers. Debo, man. Debo. Like, he definitely did his thing out there. So, hats off to the 49ers for doing what they did, because this is what I expected. I already knew. So that means you already know who gets my not so game ball. You know what? I'll save that for Crevonte, because I know he's gonna want a piece of that. I'm gonna go in a different route. I'm gonna say my not so game ball goes to this weekend, because usually you see, like Crevonte said, you see one upset. But my gosh, I mean,
We usually see a couple.
A lot of these games were blowouts. You don't usually see that this weekend. This is the weekend where you actually see close games. Somebody gets upset, something happens. None of that stuff happened. I think the closest games were what, the Raiders Bengals game and the Dallas and 49ers game. And honestly, that game shouldn't have been that close in the first damn place, because Dallas, you were getting your behind beat for a second. The 49ers just let you come back in it, but
Kyle Shanahan.
The Chiefs game against the Steelers, blowout. Eagles, Buccaneers, blowout. Bills, Pats, blowout. So as far as playoff games, it just wasn't a good weekend, honestly, look-wise for the NFL. Like I said, you expect games to be closer in this round than any other round, and it just didn't happen. So I see what the NFL is trying to do about getting these lower seeds in and expanding the playoffs, but it just didn't live up to what I thought it was going to be for a playoff weekend.
My game ball goes to the Tribal Chief, man. He started off a bit shaky. I was a little worried at first. But as soon as he got rolling, as soon as McKinnon got rolling, as soon as Tyreek Hill got rolling, as soon as Travis Kelce got rolling, he got rolling. So, congrats to the Kansas City Chiefs. That's another team I really don't like, but last night I liked him. I liked him a real lot. So, he definitely gets my game ball. He definitely gets my game ball. The Tribal Chief, Patrick Mahomes. He's a bad boy, man. He's a bad boy. But my not so game ball has to go to Jerome Boger and that sorry ass referee crew in that Raiders and Bengals game. A blown call that shouldn't have been a touchdown for the Bengals was called. And of course they allowed it to go through, although they blew the whistle. But I mean, this is the same Jerome Boger that came to Baltimore about a month ago and screwed that Cleveland and Ravens game up a lot as well. So they said he's not going to he's not going to ref again in the playoffs. To be honest with you, I hope his ass gets fired. I really do. I hope he's gone. I hope he gets fired. I know he's a black man, but I don't give a damn. He's been screwing up for years. After further review, your ass needs to be dissolved and gone. That's what you need to be. Out of here. Gone. Straight trash. And his voice makes me sick. It really does. So
His voice makes me
he
sick.
gets my not so game ball for his trash efforts in the postseason as a ref. And that's my not so game ball.
Crevonte, start low and high, baby.
Man, listen, and I'll get dive more into it for Goofy of the week. But them damn Cowboys, man, they don't disappoint, do they? They don't disappoint, man. Every year I could count on them. But um, with like a prequel to Goofies of the Week, my gosh, those fans, woo, them fans was upset, weren't they? It was fights all over the place. What do you expect? I don't understand how y'all can continue to read the same book over and over again and think it's gonna be a different ending. We seen this movie. We seen the Titanic, Byron.
Yeah.
We know how Friday's going to end. Again, we've all seen the movie. We listened to the album. We read the book. We know how this ends. But then not so Game Boy. Just how they ended. Because one thing about the Cowboys, they find very creative ways to get to the same ending. So maybe that's the difference in the book. The chapters change. The ending chapter changes. The result's always the same, but how they get there is the slight difference. And maybe that's what the world waits on. But my game ball gonna go to Josh Allen, man. My heaven. What a absolute perfect game. I think he threw 5 touchdowns against the Patriots. And they had the nerve. I heard this is what I was hearing. It didn't make any sense. They were saying Josh Allen doesn't play well in the cold. I'm like, he plays in Buffalo. What do you mean he doesn't play well in the cold?
That's
and
goofy.
they were saying like maybe with the wind chill and it's under a certain degrees and he doesn't play well, whatever. I'm like,
Reaching.
yeah, just goofy. Like if anybody you should be concerned about in the cold weather is Mac Jones coming from the SEC in Alabama. You should be concerned about him not playing well in the cold. Josh Allen, all his games gonna be in the cold, especially if he keep making the playoffs, because it's gonna be him and Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes and all them places cold. So he gonna be playing cold. If he'll not play cold now, he gonna get ready. But I thought that was goofy. But definitely, Allen definitely gets my game ball of the week.
Well, let's get into these picks for the NFL divisional round. Saturday, 4:30 on CBS. Bengals go to Tennessee to face number one seed Titans. Derrick Henry set to return. Y'all know who I'm rolling with, Raj.
I know Derrick Henry's coming back, but I don't think he's 100%. Granted, the Titans, congrats to them because they had an up and down season. They lost a lot of people to injury as well, like the Ravens did, but they found a way to, even without Derrick Henry, they found a way to get the number one seed. So congrats for that. But I just think the Bengals, man, it's something about them this year, man. The children are starting to take the reins, man, and I think they're gonna find a way to upset the Titans, man. I think they're gonna beat them, and they're gonna be in the AFC Championship game.
Dre?
I agree. I already said the Bengals to me AFC Championship game. So
Crevonte, you rolling with us, baby? We got a new ship and a new train to ride on.
Hey man, damn! I don't like when all of us agree. when the toss-up games, I hate when we all agree. But yeah, I'm so okay. I think this game is going to be dependent on Derrick Henry. How well is he going to play coming back? He hasn't played. He hasn't played since Halloween. Basically, been about 2 months, 2+ months, whatever. If he's anything like he was when he left, the Bengals are in trouble. But I think Moneybag Joe is here and he gonna show out. And I would love to see a matchup between him and Patrick Mahomes for the in the AFC Championship. So I'm gonna roll with the Bengals because at the end of the day, Ron Tannehill gonna have to make some plays. I don't know if he's gonna be able to do it.
Well, let's get to the rest of these games. Saturday, 8:15, Raj, I'll start with you again. 49ers travel to Lambeau. You know where the game's at. Number one seed Packers off the bye. You rolling with Duck Dodger?
Of course, I'm rolling with Duck Dodgers, man. He's going to find a way to win. His whole team is healthy for once. So Darius Smith is coming back, man. It's going to be I
Gonna be
mean,
a slobber knocker.
The 49ers got by yesterday because Cowboys is just the Cowboys. So they're not going to get by this week. Jimmy G is going to show why he's Jimmy Johns, and yeah, it's
Nothing
going to
wrong
be
with
a
Jimmy
wrap.
John's, by
So
the way.
yeah, but he's the wrong version of Jimmy Johns. He's a disgusting stale version of Jimmy Johns. But yeah, the 49ers is going home, and yeah, the Packers going to win.
Dre,
Packers. Simple.
Crevonte.
Hey man, I ain't gonna hold you. I got money on the Packers going to the Super Bowl, man. So yeah, I'm riding with the Packers. Got to, baby.
I'm going with the Niners. It's gonna be my upset of the week. I'm going with one.
Hmm.
Gotta give me one. They can run the ball, and if Nick Bosa's playing, they got a shot. Defensive. Well, their defensive line is crazy, so they got a shot though.
Oh, Alexander has been activated as well.
There we go. There you go. And let's go to what else we got on Sunday. Rams Buccaneers 3 o'clock on CBS. Dre, sound like you going with the Rams?
The Rams, the Rams, the Rams.
Raj?
I'm rolling with Tommy, man. I mean, come on now. I'm not going against Brady, man. I understand that Antonio Clown is no longer there. I understand that a couple there's other wide receivers out for the year, and he's got a couple other people that are hurt. I just can't. I can't go against him. I can't go against Thomas, man. Thomas is my guy, and I'm going down with the ship. So if they lose, then that's fine. But I'm rolling with the Buccaneers. I think they make it back to the NFC Championship game, and
Thank you,
that's
Ray.
what it is.
Crevonte?
Listen, man, Matthew Stafford gonna show up at some point. The real Matthew Stafford is gonna show up at some point. And why not do it when you're probably gonna be the underdog, the slight underdog? Tom Brady, Tampa Bay, in Tampa Bay. I don't think this is good. I think this is where I don't think this is gonna be the game where Matthew Stafford looks as good as he did today. I think the real Matthew Stafford is gonna show up in Tampa Bay, which means Tom Brady marches on to another championship game.
And last but not least, Sunday night, probably the main event of the weekend, Bills Chiefs, Sunday at 6:30 on CBS. Don't forget the Bills ran the Chiefs out of their own building and dominated them earlier this season. Crevonte, I'll start with you.
Oh yeah, man. You already know, man. Chiefs going back to the bowl, baby.
Dre,
Chiefs and Packers, baby.
The Tribal Chiefs.
Raj.
What's the matchup again? Say it again.
Bills Chiefs, 6:30 on
Oh,
CBS.
well, this might be the game of the week.
That's what I said, the
This
main
might be the
event.
game of the
Main
Last
yeah,
event.
game.
this definitely gonna be a slobber knocker. The
Taking the
Bills
over.
got
Taking
Yeah,
the
the
over.
Bill. I want to roll with the Bills, but I'm not confident in them. I'm not. I'm just not confident in that team. They spanked the Patriots, but it's gonna be hard to spank the Chiefs, man. It's hard to spank them, especially after what they did to the Steelers today. My God, they can have a terrible half, and in the next half they score like 40 points. So yeah, man, I'm going with Patrick Mahomes and them boys, man. I think they're gonna do what they do, and they're gonna roll over the Bills again.
So
Reese.
Mark said something interesting before. He was said Josh Allen, and I know this, and Byron, Josh Allen, that's my guy. But he does have a little Jekyll and Hyde in him.
Yeah, he does.
So I'm hoping what I think is going to happen to Matthew Stafford. I hope that doesn't happen to Josh Allen. I'm still picking the Chiefs, but I hope he doesn't have a 5 interception game after having a 5 touchdown game.
That's why it's
I
important, Crevonte, why they run the ball. They actually ran the ball last week. They can't try to get in the track meet with the Chiefs. You're going to get ran out the building. They got to do like they did the
I
first time, run the ball.
I want to see Hyde. So damn it. So I want to see Hyde from Josh Allen. That would be nice. But I'm not counting on it though. I'm not.
They need to run the ball. Don't try to outthrow, outgun Patrick Mahomes. Run the ball. take some time off the clock. And they do have the number one defense in the NFL, so their front four is pretty good as well. Let us know your thoughts
Uh,
for the divisional round. Go ahead, Dre.
Before we get to Goofies of the Week, y'all interested in who's the champ this year for the picks?
It
Oh,
must
let's
be
see.
you, the way you smiling over there.
Yeah,
Let's
you
see.
must got it.
No, no. Um,
Deacon Dre.
uh, right. So Roger, you came in fifth place at 164-106.
Wow.
Crevonte, Crevonte in fourth place at 169 and 101. Byron, you came in third place at 173 and 97.
Got bronze medal, mommy. I take it.
Uh, D 177 and 93. So
The
Yeah, you're the
reigning,
champion.
defending, undisputed Flex Zone picks champion, the head of the Flex Zone table, none other than Landry Melton, baby.
yes,
He
at
ain't won last year.
178 and 92. So D, I only
Ooh,
beat you by one.
whoa, snap.
Wow.
That's right.
Wow.
Pull your ones up. Congrats,
Yeah,
Dre.
Mark. Yeah, Mark. So they had the number. So they was number one in points against, and they was number one in points. I mean yards per play, number one pass defense and passing yards, and number one in total defense. It was crazy.
Without their best corner, Tre'Davious White, out for the year.
Very true.
Crazy. Well, Crevonte, it was a goofy bit of games, but you won some money. But it's time to call out the goofiness, and I think this one hovers in the state of Texas. More
Oh
importantly,
God.
the city of
Oh
Dallas.
oh oh oh. We can say Fort Worth, Arlington. We saying all that.
Yeah,
all
all the same.
that. Welcome guys to good people. Welcome to Goofies of the Week, sponsored by the Flex Zone. Appreciate you guys. There it goes. Appreciate you guys for giving me a little bit of time. So let me tell y'all what I thought was goofy this week. And it's only one. It's only one. And sake of time, y'all know what I got, but you know what it is this week. It's all Falcon red. To Dallas Cowboys. And it's not just the Dallas Cowboys of because they're the accident way that happened. Just like Stephen A. Smith says every year, and how I say it's going to fall apart at some point. The wheels are going to fall off. Whatever I choose to say, it's all saying the Cowboys are going to end up losing and end up being in despair at the end of the year. It's how they did it this time. It's how. You win 12 games out of 17. 12 games. Now we're not gonna talk about have fun against the NFC East. That's neither here nor there. But you won 12 games. You look good. You had a 4,000-yard quarterback, 1,000-yard receiver, 1,000-yard rusher, a guy on defense that had 10 plus sacks, and a guy on defense that had 10 plus interceptions. This doesn't happen. These accolades, these individual accolades are usually not on the same team. And they were for the Dallas Cowboys. So you know what that means? The expectations are high. Expectations are very high. You know, they dominated the NFC East, 12 wins. They got the 4th seed, which means they're gonna get a home game, the home playoff game. Yes. Home field, Dallas Cowboys. Home field, Dallas Cowboys. Like I said before, Byron, Dre, and Raj. The AT&T Stadium is just like Madison Square Garden. It's not really home field. It's not really home court. Folks go there to show out because of who y'all are. That's what happens. It's not really home. It's not really home. It's not really home field, home court, or anything like that. Folks go there to beat y'all. Beat y'all is part of it. And the 49ers roll up in there and should have ended this game by halftime. Should have, but because of Kyle Shanahan, who doesn't know how to drive a car and step on the gas, y'all were in the game at halftime. It was only 16-7. But somehow, some way, Dak Prescott, Kellen Moore, Mike McCarthy, Jerry Jones. I feel like y'all collectively put your heads together and y'all say, hey, listen, guys, we're going to be goofy again. We're going to be goofy again. We're going to do it one more time because the fans love it. The people love it. It makes for great TV. And yet still, even when it looks like, oh gosh, Jimmy G misses another crucial pass, gives Dallas another opportunity, down 6, one more possession. I don't know, the 49ers defense had a couple hiccups because they kept letting them go down the field and get out of bounds. Like, what are y'all doing? But for viewing purposes, let's make it interesting. It comes down to the last play. The last play, guys. Well, no. Matter of fact, the second to last play. They're at the own 40-yard line. After getting there in about 12 seconds, they got from where they were to kick off to the 40-yard line on the 49er side of the ball. Side of the field. And somebody thought it was a bright idea to call a quarterback draw. Matter of fact, some people thought it was a great idea to do a quarterback draw. I think those guys are Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy. Yeah, 14 seconds, no timeouts, quarterback draw. They'll never see it coming. You're right. We didn't see it coming. I didn't see that coming. You're right. I didn't see it coming. But thankfully, the 49ers had 40 yards to cover, so they eventually got him down. Let's dissect this play a little bit more. Okay. 49ers are playing. They're playing a prevent defense, right? They're guarding the sidelines. They only having a 3-man rush. Cool. Quarterback draw sounds good if you had timeout. 14 seconds left. As long as you got timeout, it doesn't matter. Did Dak Prescott not know that? Did he not know that they don't have any timeouts, that when you do slide or get tackled, you got to hurry up and get up to spike the ball because you don't have any timeouts? Nobody knew. Kellen Moore didn't know. Did Mike McCarthy not know? Because apparently nobody told Dak Prescott, because he tried to score a touchdown. That's what Dak was doing. He tried to score until he ran into about 3 49ers and slid almost past the 25-yard line. Why the hell you didn't just get 10 yards to go down? And then he gives the ball to who? Dre. Who he get the ball to?
Nobody.
Somehow the ball ends up in his center's hands because the center's referee. He gives the ball to his center. A nobody in this case. That's not the person to get the ball to. The referee has to touch the ball on every play. He gives it to his center. The referee comes in.
Just jogging.
And runs into Dak Prescott because he's like, oh, let me get through the line. Boom, tap the ball. Time runs out.
101. That's basic 101.
And what does Dak Prescott and Mike McCarthy do? Blame the zebras. They blame the referees. Like they ain't make that play call. So not only do you do a goofy play call, because you had a shot to win. You did have a shot to win. You did a goofy play call with no timeouts. 14 seconds left. A quarterback draw, even if you ran it to perfection, at most, you would have had 2 seconds. Maybe. But just so fitting, I thought it was so hilarious how the head referee was like, yeah, this game is over. And they trotted off that damn field. They say, "Oh boy, it's about to get crazy in here." And Dallas turned into Philadelphia. AT&T turned to Lincoln Financial Field. That's what it did, because them fans had tomatoes and lettuce and bottles and got to throwing it. The referees got up out of there. They said the game is over. We out of here. Dak Prescott and the line is still in front of him like, yo, we ain't got no more time. No, you ain't got no more time because you ain't got timeouts and you ran a QB draw. And you try to pick up 20 yards on it. Stupid. You're dumb. And then those fans, I saw DeMarcus Lawrence had to get inside because they're upset at what's going on because y'all haven't won a playoff game in well over 20 years. They're tired of it. They're tired of it. But you know who's not tired of it? Me. Because it's great for TV. That's one thing I tell you. Dallas Cowboys are great for TV. They're great for TV. But they're a very goofy organization. And it's like, oh my gosh, we lost again? And it's like a long list. I wish I could see the list of all the time they lost, like right here. Because they just added to it. It's got to be like a Rite Aid receipt or CVS receipt.
11 years where they haven't made it back to the NFC Championship game.
I love it. And sure enough, here comes Jerry Jones walking out, who looks like a fossil, just like Raj said. And all the reporters coming up. How do you feel? I'm disappointed. Why are y'all talking to the owner? Why do we have so much access to him?
Because he's must-see TV. What other owner would you like to see talk to the media besides him and Bob Kraft?
And I don't even like Bob Kraft like that.
Exactly.
But I liked him when he was going through that whole Tom Brady thing. He was looking flustered. He's like, I'm not used to talking to folk like that. But with the Tom Brady situation and the Bill Belichick situation, he had to.
I liked it when he was with Rick Ross and them. That's what I liked, Robert Kraft.
Oh, you liked it when he was when he was with Meek Mill?
When he was Meek and them, yeah. I was like, oh.
He was dancing with him and everything.
I was like, oh yeah. But Jerry Jones got a weekly podcast that he does. A weekly radio show that he's a part of. So folks want to hear him talk. I'm done. But it put a smile on my face. Watching that unfold, such a disaster. It was like a bomb went off and everybody stood and watched the bomb tick down. 5, 4, 3, and ain't nobody moved. Ain't nobody moved. Boom! It exploded. I loved it. Loved every bit of it. The Cowboys. My lone goofy of the week. Because y'all don't know how to win. I don't think y'all want to win. I think y'all like the storyline. It's been going on long enough. People have been changing. Coaches have been changing. Quarterbacks switch over. Teams switch over. But that damn Jerry Jones is still there. Which is why they will always be the goofy Cowboys. Thank you guys. Y'all know my line. There's a thin line between goofy and great. And Jerry Jones and them damn Cowboys are on the wrong end of it again. Go figure.
literally the goofiest team in all of 2021. The Dallas Cowboys.
Well, I don't know. The Lakers.
No, the goofiest team in all of sports are the Dallas Cowboys.
All of
At least the Lakers won a championship 2 years ago.
Well, look, I'll tell you somebody that's not goofy. And congrats to this brother. The tribal chief broke the record for the longest reigning defending universal champion. So, shout out to the one.
Dre, episode 328 next week. What can we expect?
I like that comment that Michael made about Kyler Murray and Lamar Jackson. I think we should get into that debate next week.
And how can I keep up with you, brother? Every day, start your day with a cup of Dre.
Yeah, you can catch me on WEAA 7 to 10. You already know I still represent the Flex Zone with the Flex Zone Sports Report.
Raj, tell the people how to keep up with us on social media.
Please check us out on YouTube, the Flex Zone Podcast. Hit that like button. Hit that thumbs up. Tell a friend. Tell another friend. Hit the Cash App if you would like to donate to us. That'd be great as well. Um, Also, we're on Facebook and on Twitter at the Flex Zone. So please follow us. Check us out. Um, got a lot of content coming. Uh, nice tribute to Kobe Bryant coming up next week. Thanks to our good old boy D, who made it. And we got some other things coming up as well. So please check us out. A lot more stuff to come, and we're gonna keep on rocking, man. We're gonna keep doing what we do.
Wednesdays, check us out on all podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Play, the Flex Zone Podcast. And of course, if you want to be a guest part of the show, the flexzone1@gmail.com. Like Rod said, Dre said, big things coming up. And Crevonte, if they want to check out your video, Goofy's of the Year 2021 version, where can they find it?
Oh,
Check it
the,
out.
the Flex Zone podcast on YouTube. Check it out. Like Raj said, we got some content coming. We got some content already up, but we got more coming. Please stay tuned. Check us out. Hit the like button. Smash that like button, as they say. Hit the subscribe button and comment, share, do it all. We love to see it. Appreciate you
Sh-
guys.
Shout out to Mark. Shout out to Miss Queen. Shout out to Daryl. Shout out to the Bates family. Shout out to Brittany. Shout out to Michael. Shout out to Juan. Shout out to everybody tuning in and tapping in with us, Flex Zone family. We appreciate you.
And Big D made his return
That's right.
somewhat.
Deal Dom is somewhere in there. Check him out on Net. And as always, the only place giving you your sports how you want it.
When you
When you
need it.
need it.
Mondays in the man cave with the Flex Zone virtually. Make sure you wear your mask. Stay 6 feet apart if you can. Check us out next week here on Facebook. Subscribe to the YouTube, Instagram, and the Twitter, the Flex Zone One. And we'll see y'all next week. For Crevonte, for Dre, for Raj, and for D at home. I'm your host, Byron Dixon, the host with the Moist. Still America's Moist One, and Crevonte. Here at the Sports Podcast table, baby. We gone.
We gone.
Hey,
Peace.
Peace.
we the ones still. We the ones.
Keep it
Go
moist,
Cowboys.
America. That's right. Keep it moist.